Thank you. I appreciate it, y'all. So I actually learned something new today, and that 0.375% of Liechtenstein is in this room today. 40,000 people of a population is pretty wild. It's my first time here. First TEDx, as I saw all of you guys. There's a bunch of you for your first time here. But yeah, a little bit about me. My name is Zach. I'm from Michigan in the United States. I'm a content creator, and most of my content is about sports and sketch comedy, which is a fun combination because sports teaches you discipline, comedy teaches you timing. And in life, I think you need both. Today, I want to talk to you about something that we all have, but not all of us uses intentionally, and that is time. And how if we are intentional with our time, it can expedite our success far beyond what we can imagine. So, we live in a world of immediate satisfaction. Everything is fast, instant, and on demand. I'm fortunate enough to have been born before this high-tech era, and yes, I watched VHS tapes. And I do remember looking away when rewinding the movie so I wouldn't get spoiled about what the movie was about, even though I knew exactly what the movie was about. But back then, things took time, and because they took time, we valued things differently. But as I've gotten older, there's something that I realize is really important, that is if we use our time intentionally, especially in our youth, it can accelerate our path to success far beyond what we would imagine. But intentionality isn't easy. It requires patience, it requires trust, and it requires discipline. What comes with that is goal setting. And one of the most important things I think you can do in your life, and there's a quote by Jay Shetty that I love, and that is goal setting is crucial because it turns vague desires into an actionable plan, providing focus and direction that aligns actions with your vision. Take the goal as your GPS. The route may change, you might hit traffic, you might get detoured, but as long as the destination stays locked in, you'll eventually get where you want to go. And through this journey, it's important that you learn from the mistakes that slow you down and you take advantage of the circumstances that expedite you to your goals, which I want to talk to you about sports. One of the best teachers in life, especially when it comes to time and discipline. This is Michael Jordan. I don't know if you guys know who he is, but he was actually cut from his high school basketball team. Cut. Wasn't good enough. Now, this could have stopped Michael Jordan. I know a bunch of people that were cut from their high school sports and they just quit. But instead, this fueled Michael. He became more committed, more disciplined, more intentional with his time. And little do we know, this would shape and be the turning point to make one of the greatest athletes of all time to step foot on a basketball court. Jordan wasn't just talented, he was intentional. Which brings me to my next person, which is Kobe, a.k.a. Mamba. People refer to his work ethic as Mamba mentality, as if it was something mysterious, but it wasn't magic. This was intentionality. See, there's a story about Kobe where he invited one of his teammates to come work out with him at 4 a.m. I'm sure that teammate thought it was crazy to go work out at 4 a.m., but who would pass up the opportunity to work out with Kobe Bryant? So what happens, as talked about, teammate shows up at 4 a.m., Kobe's there, drenched in sweat. He's been there for hours. That's because Kobe once said, if I work 2 hours more than you every day, by the end of the year, I've built up an additional 8 weeks of training. 8 weeks from just 2 extra hours a day. Now, that's what intentionality with your time looks like, and that's how you accelerate your success. Which moves us to Tom Brady. Tom Brady went 199th in the NFL draft. If you don't know NFL or the NFL draft, going the 6th round, you do not have a high % chance for a long-term career in the NFL, let alone even playing in a single game. They viewed Tom as slow, skinny, not the ideal profile to become one of the greatest quarterbacks to ever step foot on the field, but Tom was different. He studied more film, trained longer, stayed later. He once said, if I don't work, someone else will. He used time like a weapon. And that intentionality turned doubt into dominance. Now, I think these success stories are really important because it gives you a different view on time. Not only does it show you that goals are achievable, but that accomplishments and setbacks always put time into perspective. You may not be trying to become the next Jordan, Kobe or Brady, but the principle is the same. They didn't become great overnight. They became great by using their time intentionally, and that's something all of us can do. Now, this lessons have shaped my life too. In high school, I was always chasing goals, sports, business competitions, jobs, content creating, all while trying to keep my grades up. I wasn't the smartest, I wasn't the most talented, but over time, things added up. Even with social media, I didn't become successful right away. I quit. As you can see above, 2020 was probably my 5th time starting again. That wasn't like my first ever time opening Instagram. And I was also working full-time at that time. Just graduated college, had a full-time job. And soon, slowly, the content creating started to become another full-time job. As I posted every day, I was creating the video, editing, posting right after I finished my 10-hour finance job. So it was quite demanding. My friends and family all thought I was insane, but I always told myself sacrifice, immediate satisfaction for the long-term success that could come with it. But that's always easier said than done, so you have to just remind yourself that persistence, trusting the process, valuing the time you're putting in will have greater outcomes, and hopefully soon I can do content full-time, which I think is truly what got me here today. There's a quote that stuck with me for a while, and that's time flies, but you are the pilot. You control your direction, you control your altitude, you control how fast, how slow you want to grow. And yeah, even when I took a factory job, it wasn't about the money, it was about the discipline, the reputation, the work ethic, and investing my hours. Because the thing is, everybody has 24 hours, but not everybody uses them the same way. Some people spend their time, some people waste their time, some people invest their time. Athletes invest their time to grow. Entrepreneurs invest their time to build. Creators invest their time to develop skills and audiences. And you can invest your time to accelerate your success. So that makes me want to ask you, challenge yourself. Ask yourself this: if I use my time intentionally for the next 12 months, how far could I go? Because if Jordan could turn failure into fuel, if Kobe could turn mornings into greatness, and Tom Brady turned doubt into dominance, imagine what you could do with intentional time and disciplined effort. So remember this: time flies, but you are the pilot. So set your destination, invest your hours, and accelerate your path to success. Thank you.